I am so excited. I'm just a few miles away from the Northridge Fashion Center in Northridge, California, where I will be doing a self-service Tesla test drive. I'm picking up a new Model 3 2024 Model 3 Highland. I get it for an hour. I get to run it through its paces. I'm going to do a video, of course, here, and I am so thrilled. As a 5-year Tesla owner, this Model 3 is a 2019. I'm excited to see all the different changes and whether they're subtle or major or whatever. I'm excited to drive one for the first time. The stalks, the missing stalks are going to be interesting. The whole thing is set up on the app. The date, the time, you upload your license, you get the whole thing ready, and I'm assuming once we get there, there's a big button that's grayed out right now that says I'm here. Once I do that, I think the key will be put on my phone and I'll be able to drive the car away and use it for an hour. I am so excited to see the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland Edition. I've seen them on the roads. I haven't been up close to one, and I certainly haven't driven one. All right, walking up to the car, of course they gave me a gray one. It's par for the course. I own a gray Tesla Model Y. I own a gray Tesla Model 3 already. And we are looking at the Tesla Model 3 Highland, not long range edition. So taking a look at the back end, the newer models has the lettering here instead of a Tesla logo, as well as a more aggressive rear diffuser. There's a much thinner one on my particular model. So just to give you an idea, this is the new one that I'm about to drive, and this is my current 2019. Again, the gray color about the same. And we're gonna go take a look at the front of this thing real quick as well. I need to get my iPad. Hey, if you're enjoying our videos and tips and trips and tricks and all that kind of stuff, we'd totally appreciate it if you hit that like button on your screen there, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Almost 10,000 subscribers so far. We are blown away by that. Are you one of them? Thank you so much. If not, become one of the next few. It would be so awesome. So like, subscribe, hit the bell. Now back to the video. Taking a look at the self-service test driving area. We've got 3 Tesla Model 3 Highlands and 3 Tesla Model Ys. So that's pretty cool. Let's go around to the front and take a look at what this thing looks like. Way more aggressive styling, I think. The aero wheels, I'm not sure what you call these. They're not aero wheels anymore, but you know what I mean. It's got the Tesla logo on the front. A much thinner front bumper, which is very interesting. My kids say it looks a lot more like Tesla Roadster, which I think is a compliment because they like that. The side is not much different from mine, or even a newer one, a 23, for instance. Sides, they didn't do too much different with the side. And just going around the vehicle real quick, just to give a little overview. Charge port looks the same. Obviously the rear brake lights look way different, completely different from the previous model. So they definitely did some stuff with that. The lady on the phone told me that it's at 30%, so I do need to go charge it. Different steering wheel, we'll get into that in a second. You know, I'm kind of doing this for my own benefit, just in case there's something wrong with the car. I don't want to get blamed for anything. But you get to see the car on an overview at the same time. All right, let's unlock this thing. So I have it all set up here on my iPad. I said start to demo drive, and there is the Model 3 that I just set up the demo drive with. So I'm assuming I will be able to open this car now. This just showed up in my app as if it's one of my cars or someone shared their car with me. It's pretty cool. Lady on the phone said that I do need to go to the Supercharger and supercharge this real quick, 5 minutes or whatever. So let's try to get into this car. All right, we got the door open. That's a good sign. We've got access to the car. I'm gonna go ahead and do the back seat first because I need to set up my cameras and stuff before we do our drive. And we'll get that going and give you my impressions of the back seat. Now this door already looks slightly different. I mean, this material is definitely different. I know this is the ambient lighting here. The door lock button looks different. Let's get in the back. Oh, that is so cool. Kids are gonna love that. A rear screen, and it looks way more modern than I thought. In fact, It looks just like an iPad. Let me get my iPad. It's in the front seat. Check this out. I mean, it even looks like it. That's pretty amazing. The finishes and stuff. Very, very interesting. I'll put that there. I'm gonna go ahead and set up our GoPro and get the show on the road. All right, we got the GoPro all set up. We're gonna get into the front seat, but man, this is really impressive. So we've got you know, AC control here, seat control. We've got the Netflix and Hulu and games, and this is fantastic. And wow, is it responsive? That's pretty awesome. Very, very responsive. 2 USB-C ports down here. We got the vents here, blowing cold air. This car is so new, this tab here, oh, I'm not gonna do it, but man, that would be awesome. That would be so satisfying to rip that across. We'll see how many miles this car has on it. Seat back holders are definitely different. They're more leather-like in the older models. So let's get in this thing and drive it, because they want me to supercharge it. Let's hear this door close. Oh, so much more like a bank vault. Let's hear that again. Ah, that alone is the price of admission. All right, we got to get some AC going here. I don't need that. Let's lower this way down, make it cooler. Luckily, all this is familiar, but look at it, it has demo stuff on here. I don't need this demo stuff. You know, I'm a seasoned veteran, I would hope, at this point, with a YouTube channel and multiple Teslas. Let's find a local supercharger. Let's nav to it, because they asked us to charge it. They want it a little over 60%, I think is what they said. So we're gonna go ahead and do that and be on our way. All right, just setting this thing up. I definitely want it in sport mode. I want standard acceleration, not chill. Definitely want my controls. Controls look pretty good. Steering, I do want that closer. No, that's in. Wow, my first impression of the steering wheel is it's way less bulky, believe it or not. All right, so we are recording. Let's take this thing on the road. Let's go supercharge it. Speed limited to 85 miles an hour. Okay, they really don't want me to have too much fun with that. I'm immediately going for the stock. Like, how do I do this? So it's on the screen, and you just slide down, and there we go. Okay. And we're off. Already very, very weird sensation in terms of just the newness and the... Okay, so now slide up to drive. Good. And here we go. So yeah, the steering wheel is way cleaner and less bulky and very, very interesting feeling. They got these Volta chargers everywhere. I don't know why they don't plug in the cars for that. All right, man, it's really, really aggressive regen.
Now turn right onto Shirley Avenue.
All right, we've got oh, I am so going for the turn signal on the left side already. Oh my gosh, that is going to take some getting used to. There's just nothing there. It's so bizarre. I know folks that already have these cars, or the Cybertruck, or even the newer S's or Y's,
Plummer Street,
are already used to it. But okay, so the turn signals are on the steering wheel.
Now turn right onto Plummer Street.
Okay, we got our turn signal. I'm still reaching for it. I must play with that a lot, like as I drive, because I'm just not used to it not being there. All right, good acceleration. I'll throw the 0 to 60 stuff up on the screen.
500 feet, turn right onto Tampa Avenue.
Okay. So that's a right button.
Right onto Tampa Avenue.
And unfortunately, we're blocked right now. Let's take a look at our supercharger. We got 7 available, that's fine. So that's okay, it'll give me a chance to get to know the car while it's supercharging. It's not a big deal, and then we'll drive it afterwards. I'm not sure how to explain this driving experience. I feel more on top of the road. You know, I'll have to adjust my seat, I think. It didn't take, you know, even though it added the key to my app, it did not take all my settings, which is what I thought it would do. It's done that on rental cars and other Teslas, but so this is not set up like my car, which is unfortunate, because then I'd be able to compare it exactly the way it would be. So right now, like I said, I feel like I'm on top of the car, whereas I have my seat on my Model 3 set way low. All right, here we go. Now we're going low. Oh, it was way up. That was part of the problem. All right, this is better. This is feeling more comfortable. So on the steering wheel, we got the turn signals, we've got the washer stuff, we've got the microphone for all that stuff, the voice command stuff. Still have the scroll wheels and the toggle back and forth buttons on those. I will tell you this, it's more it's like angled, these two areas. I don't know if you can see that from our GoPro. I think you can. Yeah, you can see my hands there. So these are angled in, whereas I think it's more flat on my car. This is smaller. I'm assuming that's where the airbag is. Overall, I like the feel of the steering wheel. Kind of glad they went with the steering wheel, but it's just a cleaner look. It's a cleaner feel. I love how they limited my speed to 85. They should, you know what they should do? They should, for those with Teslas, that own Teslas, they should, you know, let us give it the full beans. All right, not a good test drive so far because we're stuck in traffic. That's unfortunate. But we're coming up on the Supercharger, and we'll get this thing charging.
In 500 feet, turn left.
Oh, I see them. I see them off to the left there. Unfortunately, we are... Yeah, I can't. Cones everywhere. So we'll have to go up and over and around and all that stuff. Here we go. We'll just turn into here. And God, I reach for that stalk for the turn signal like a lot. And I think you will too. But at the same time, it's not taking me long to figure out or get used to the turn signal buttons. So I gotta watch the clock. I only have this car for an hour, and so far it's taken
500 feet. Your destination will be on the right.
It's taken a bit to just find the car at the mall, get into the car, get used to the car. I kind of wanted to get it on the freeway, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. No Stalks. Very, very hard, very, very weird to get used to that. And how do we stop it? Tap to park. Okay. Weird. I'm sorry, that is just so weird. All the gear stuff is here on the left. So let's get this thing plugged in. Obviously that part's the same, and we are charging. Never been to the Supercharger, Northridge, right near the mall. Lots of Teslas charging. I don't know too much about this particular location, but looking pretty good. Looking pretty good indeed. All right, so let's see what we got going on. It's been sitting all night. It's probably cold. And yeah, we're at 57 kilowatts, 55. And I think she wanted us to charge up to 60. So we're gonna be here a little bit. It does have the software update. I'm noticing the download button there. And so they haven't quite, let's take a look at that just for fun. Oh, this car, oh my gosh, that's awesome. This car has 38 miles on it. That's how new it is. It has full self-driving on it already, premium. Interesting, it has included package. It's not month to month or whatever. It's just built into the car. So, game update available. All kinds of stuff going on. So in terms of this stuff, it's pretty much all the same. So this looks the same as my Tesla Model Y, or at least similar. So how does this work? Okay, that's similar to my Y, but it does have a different design here. Definitely has a different design. I like it. It's more industrial. What kind of stuff we got down here? Stealth gray. Looks like just like a welcome package or whatever. Pop that close. Oh, this closes as well. So let me get my water out of here. So I think, yep. So you push back on that, and that's why there's this dual tab situation here. So you push that back, and that'll open them both. That's kind of cool. Very different. They have like nubs here. On my model, I had to put a rubber thing in there to make it work, but you know that if you've got an older model. Close that, nice and slow. I love that. That's very cool. But we definitely want to have our water and our glasses, so we'll have that part open. What else is different? So what I was showing you earlier, let's close that. Oh gosh, I love that bank vault door. That's so good. All right, so what makes the steering wheel somewhat different here is we've got the turn signal stuff here. We've got lights here. We've got, we could toggle this back and forth. The scroll wheels are metal like, you know, the recent Model Ys and N3s already had. This feels pretty good. This feels like the seats. I'm guessing that's like a cruise control button because there's no stalks to go down on. We've got the voice command. We've got the windshield wipers. Still giving us the high usage supercharger station. We're at 40%. We need 20 more percent. We can really give this thing a drive. I really wanted to take this thing out on the freeway, but that's okay. So these look the same. Got the old school iPhone 4S looking mirror with the lights. Still got plastic up here on the magnets. This is, they did away with the, up here they did away with the speakers. So I don't know where they, actually they're microphones for your cell phone. I don't know where those went, but the hazard is still there. Not a button, but more of a touch, which is kind of cool. Let's take a look at the doors. I mean, there's definitely different material on them now. The handle area feels and looks similar or the same. The button is definitely bigger right here. So does it still have, yep, still has the emergency release here, just like always. Got your 4 window buttons here as well. So this is carpeted now, which I think they were starting to come that way when we had our Tesla Model Y in Europe. I'm not exactly sure why you would carpet this, because I tend to put water and stuff like that in there, and if it leaks and stuff. This speaker seems about the same size. Unfortunately, I can't really do a speaker test or anything like that. The dash is completely different, completely new, yet still familiar. Still, you know, you're used to that thin layer here of where the AC comes out. This is like a cloth now, and this kind of feels like the seats if you're looking for stuff. And then you got the ambient lighting all the way around, wraps all the way around. Unfortunately, we're doing this test during the day, so we really can't see that in its full potential. Where would that be though? Lights? Yep, there it is. Accent lights, and there's all that stuff. It's under auto, and you can do that. Let's just do blue for fun. Oh, there we go. We can see it during the day. At least I can. I don't know if you can see that on camera. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's a gimmicky kind of thing, but I'm sure at night it looks really cool. Dome lights, auto, footwell lights. So this is the basic model. This is not the dual motor, and yet it still seems to come with all the stuff. Does it have... auto turn signals? It didn't give me that. Oh, auto cancel. Yeah, that's good. I like that. So still waiting on the supercharger. This is a bummer that my test drive involves supercharging. That's kind of sucky. How about we take a look at the glove box? What's inside there? Oh, that's different and is less of a clunk than the older ones. What's inside there? What do we got? I could see the USB memory stick is in there for Sentry mode. It definitely seems smaller and a little bit, well, I don't know. The previous one was pretty flimsy as well. I think it's done by magnets. There seems to be like a magnet here. Oh yeah, definitely. That's kind of cool. I like that. And it looks cleaner too. Hey, they left the sticker in here. Let's take a look at that. So we are looking at a Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive. What sticker on this thing? 40,380. And full matrix LED lighting is on the exterior. That's one of the features, I guess. What else we got here? Base is 35. Yep, 35. So pretty cool that they're letting me drive this. Take a look at this red one. Brand new Highland in red. And that red, wow, look at it glisten off that front fender. That is cool. I wonder if that couldn't be a test drive, because I was just over there and I didn't see it. So very interesting. So there's the sticker in case you're looking for it. All right, so I'm in the back seat and I have seen other videos. By the way, accent lighting goes all the way to the back seat, which is kind of cool. I have seen other videos from like Out of Spec and stuff, other Tesla YouTubers, stuff like that, reviewing these cars. And they had mentioned that the back seat is smaller than the previous generation. And I think I'd have to agree. I'm not that tall. I'm 5'8.5". Yes, I have to go with the half. Don't we all? And it definitely feels smaller, a little more cramped back here. That's unfortunate. That might be a game changer. Air conditioning is really nice and cold. I like that. I mean, it's really blowing hard here. USB-Cs, like I mentioned before. What is the middle thing? Okay, so look at this. You actually pull on the headrest on this one and not jam your finger in the middle like the current models to pull it down. And here we go. We've got, doesn't want to go all the way down. Two cup holders. I don't feel any charging infrastructure. So I think the two USB-Cs are what you got. I don't think, even though it's perforated here, I don't think the seats back here are cooled. I'm gonna have to take a look at the AC screen and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe we could do it here. Is that here? I got that AC going. What are these? I don't know what those are. I'm just doing this video on the fly, so you're kind of along for the ride. I love the screen is here, and I love the fact that you could probably watch movies and stuff and pair Bluetooth headsets and all that sort of stuff. So on road trips with kids, I mean, they mainly bring their iPhones and iPads anyway, but it's kind of cool. Kind of cool that it's built in. And at the very least, you can use the AC and the heat. Well, let's take a look at the Frunk situation. I think it's pretty similar to the previous model. On the outside, I don't really see anything different. Oh, I see something different already. I'm sure you see it as well. Windshield wiper fluid is now down here instead of up here. But other than that, it looks a little smaller. I think mine is deeper. Here's the tow hook, which was usually here. They put that here now. And the tow hook high, same spot. Definitely a more aggressive style front end. Very, very cool. But Frunk, no insulation like the Tesla Model Y. That's interesting. Just bare metal. The Frunk definitely feels easier to close. It really wants my two hands, so hang on. Walking over here to the trunk. Let's take a look at that. So again, I mentioned the Tesla lettering. That's different on the back. Tail lights, definitely different. Rear diffuser, way more aggressive. Let's pop open the trunk, which is now automatic. Mine is not automatic. Here's the charging thing. Okay, so this deck is different. Where's the pull cord? There's no little pull thing here, but I'll go ahead and get this open. There we go. Oh, I think that's deeper. There's the front license plate thing. I think this feels deeper. That's pretty cool. And the other thing is it has a pocket on the right side as well. Previous models only had the pocket there on the left. But overall, I think it's kind of the same in the trunk here in terms of size and all that stuff. Not much different. This, I don't remember being carpeted on mine. And of course, mine doesn't have the button, which is a fantastic feature. Nice and slow close, I like that. What do you think of the wheels? I mean, obviously these are hubcaps, but kind of cool. Side is pretty much the same as the previous model. You can definitely tell the camera's got that red hue for the upgraded hardware there. Going with hand-cooked tires, interesting on that. Usually Michelins or Continentals. So no sensors, no holes in the bumper except for the tow hook there. I think the cooling inlet is actually smaller for the radiator. Headlights definitely more aggressive and thinner. Let's go take a look at our charging situation. Okay, so we're on the AC screen here. Looking for seating. We've definitely got the heated steering wheel, which is nice. My 2019 doesn't have it, but my Model Y does have that. Rear, obviously we can control that. We could probably turn that off since there's nobody back there. So cooled seats right there. You can see the blue pieces of bacon. Ugh, blue bacon, gross. But anyway, you could choose between heat and cool on the seats, and I can already feel it. It feels nice. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That might be the worth the price of admission right there. Cooled seats, fantastic. Easy enough to find. Taking a look at the Model 3 Highland next to us. That red is just stunning. Video does not do it justice. It looks absolutely amazing. There's like crimson in there and sparkles and shininess, and yeah, that's a standard color. That is fantastic. I think it's awesome that one of those pulled in while I'm doing a video with my gray one. It's only fitting they give me a gray one though. I had gray rental cars in both Colorado and in Europe. I own 2 gray ones. It's just, I'm a gray guy, I guess. I don't know. We are at 61%. That should be enough for me to get a little tiny test drive in and get a feel for this car. 62%, so let's get this thing unplugged and on our way. So that's pretty much the same. All right, we're done supercharging. I love how this car tells you, because it's a demo model, press and hold the brake. All right, there we go. Slide forward, and we are on our way. I can definitely already feel the cooled seats. I'm liking it. Definitely liking it. Overall, the feel, I mean, unfortunately, I've had to spend most of this drive supercharging, but at least I got a chance to check out the car and all that stuff. So let's take this thing for a drive. It definitely feels more solid in every single way. I will tell you that. At least compared to my 2019. And I just reached for the stock again. So there we go. If I'm comparing it to my 22 Model Y, yeah, it still feels even more solid than that, but that's a pretty solid car as Teslas go. And here we go, going on a drive. I gotta say, the steering wheel is impressive. It's hard to convey on video why. It's more smooth, it's elegant, it's cleaner, it's thinner. It feels more like a fighter jet. I don't know if that's true or not, but it just feels better. Okay, went for the stock again. You gotta realize, stocks have been part of cars forever. So when you don't have them, it's like you're missing a limb or something. It's definitely a different, taking a little bit of getting used to. Like, I'm constantly reaching for them. I guess I do that normally. I didn't know that, but you know, I guess I play with them, the buttons, they make noise, all that stuff. So I'm at a dead end, which is, I guess, kind of cool. I can turn this thing around and maybe see what this thing can do. Let's see what the turning radius is like on this, because my Tesla Model Y, the turning radius sucks. On my Tesla Model 3, fantastic. So it shouldn't be, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's actually better, I think. Turning radius, I think, is better. Definitely seeing all the full self-driving stuff on the screen. Obviously, we're in the month that it was free anyway, but since this is a demo model, I'm guessing it will remain on there anyway. Car has less than 40 miles on it. So in terms of 0 to 60, I can't really test that on these streets and stuff, but I could tell you that my 2019 really gets up and goes, even though it's the standard range plus. Yeah, I don't know where the turn signal is, so I'm just gonna turn. Oh my gosh. The Stalks, I mean, you're feeling around here, it is just bizarre that there's nothing there. But just like everything else, I mean, just, you know, 5 years ago when we got our first Tesla, there was a lot to learn and put into your muscle memory, and I think this will be no different. Back to the acceleration. In 2019, the SR Plus, I want to say the 0 to 60 was 5.3. I'll have to look that up and put it up on the screen. Now they're higher than that, or slower than that, I should say. So it's definitely seems laggier, even though this is a standard range or the base model, whichever way you want to put it, similar to the one that I have. You know, I have a Performance Y, and it's like crazy different. That's like night and day different. So I can't go too far with this thing. I really wanted to take this thing out on the freeway. I only got like 12 minutes left. It was spent mostly on supercharging, which is a bummer. Definitely tighter, definitely more solid feeling, less noisy. Yeah, it's definitely less noisy. Now, when I say less noisy, you got to realize my 2019 didn't have double pane windows, didn't have a lot of the insulation kinds of things that the new models have. And because my 2019 now has almost 60,000 miles, we're going to be doing a video on that, of course. But because it has 60,000 miles, it's definitely rattly. Things are looser. I'm going to get in that thing and go, oh my, it's time for a new one, I think. So I'm going to have to turn around and figure out how to get back. Yeah, the turning radius on this is amazing. I love that. All right, let's see what this thing can do on a launch. I don't want to get too crazy on surface streets, but yeah, I mean, it's good. It's not Model Y performance good, but yeah, I felt it. It's got some get up and go. Feels more racy, the suspension and stuff like that. Grippier is the word I was looking for, not racy. I keep having to look down on my steering wheel to find the turn signals. I don't know if that's smart or... So right is up, left is down, up, down, up, down. It's kind of the same as a stock, but you still gotta get used to it. All right, I'm done harping on the lack of stalks. Or am I? All right, a few hours have passed since I test drove the brand new 2024 Tesla Model 3, or Highland, if you're into that buzzword. And it's definitely a Model 3. It's not drastically different from the Model 3 that I'm sitting in from 2019, but there's a collection, a huge collection of small, subtle refinements that come together to make it feel brand new, that's for sure. The few things that I take away from this is I thought I would get into my older Model 3 and just hate it. Like it would feel so incredibly old that I would have to buy this new one immediately, and I didn't get that sense. So if you're still in a Model 3 and you like it and you're on the fence, it's not that big of a difference. I did notice a huge difference in that back seat. It's feels smaller. Now, I'm an adult. I should have brought my kids with, but they were in school. But the back seat definitely felt smaller than my current Tesla Model 3 back seat. So if you're on the fence and that's important to you, that's definitely something to consider. The rear AC system is way better than the one I'm in, as well as that screen is nice to have. It's not a game changer, but it's nice to have. It pretty much drove the same. Obviously, it felt more solid, more quiet. The build quality has definitely gone up since 2019, like the one I'm sitting in. And so you're gonna feel that for sure. As far as the acceleration, I actually prefer this one. This one still has a better 0 to 60. It feels a little punchier off the accelerator. The new ones, I'm not sure what it is. I even drove, my dad's 2023, and it felt slower than my 2019. It's a few seconds off the pace on the 0 to 60, but still fast enough for a Tesla. It gets you off the line and gets you that exhilarating feeling for sure. I definitely can't wait to see and or experience a performance model of this car, but lots of things to like about it for sure. Lots of things still familiar. You sit down, you drive it, it's definitely a Model 3. More thoughts coming in future videos, but that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. I know a lot of YouTubers have already done tons and tons of videos on this. I haven't had a chance to experience it just yet, so I thought I'd share my experience with doing the demo drive and doing it that way. So don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Over 10,000 subscribers now. I can't thank you enough. It's so, so very cool. Oh, and hit the bell if you want to be notified anytime we've got something new. So we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.